Picture this. You walk into a room with a clear sense of purpose. You're on a mission. Maybe you need to grab your keys from the kitchen counter or fetch a book from the study. You stride in confidently, your mind already on the next task. And then, you stop. You stand there, frozen in the middle of the room. The purpose that propelled you just seconds ago has vanished into thin air. You know you came in here for a reason. A very specific, important reason. But what was it? You can almost feel the shape of the thought, the ghost of the intention. It's an incredibly frustrating mental itch you just can't scratch. It's right there, on the very tip of your tongue. That phrase perfectly captures the feeling, doesn't it? It's a universal human experience, a mental limbo where a memory is so close, yet completely inaccessible. It's a ghost of a thought that vanishes the moment you try to grab it. The more you strain to remember, the more it seems to recede, like a shy animal retreating into the shadows of your mind. Or how about this scenario? You're at a party, a networking event, a friend's barbecue. The atmosphere is buzzing. You're introduced to someone new. You make eye contact, you smile, you shake their hand. You hear their name, let's say it's Alex, and you repeat it back, "Alex, nice to meet you." 2 seconds later, as they turn to grab a drink, their name has completely evaporated from your consciousness. It's not just fuzzy, it's gone. Utterly and completely. Now you're stuck in a conversation, desperately trying to avoid using their name, hoping they don't notice. It's frustrating, isn't it? These moments of forgetting feel like glitches in our mental software. It can even feel a little embarrassing, like your brain is failing you when you need it most. It makes you question yourself. Am I not paying enough attention? Is my memory getting worse? It feels like a personal shortcoming, a betrayal by the very organ that's supposed to define who we are. We've all been there, feeling like our memory is a leaky bucket. We pour in experiences, facts, and names, only to find that they've trickled away when we try to retrieve them. We feel ourselves losing important information we desperately want to hold on to, whether it's a key fact for an exam, a precious childhood memory, or just the name of the person standing right in front of us. This frustration stems from a powerful, deeply ingrained metaphor. For centuries, we've treated memory like a vast, dusty library. We imagine our experiences as books, neatly cataloged and stored on shelves, waiting for a diligent librarian, our consciousness, to retrieve them. In the modern era, this metaphor has updated. We now think of memory like a hard drive, a biological storage device with immense, almost infinite capacity. We believe every single experience, every fact we learn, every face we see, every conversation we have, should be perfectly recorded and neatly filed away. We assume it's all in there somewhere, ready for instant, high-fidelity playback on demand. So, when we can't find a memory, when the file seems corrupted or the book is missing from the shelf, we assume something is broken. We think there's a system error. We joke about it. We call it a senior moment, even when we're in our 20s or 30s, subtly reinforcing the idea that our minds are already in a state of decline. And we try to fix it. We download brain training apps that promise to make us sharper. We buy supplements marketed with dubious claims of boosting cognitive function. We chug coffee and energy drinks, hoping to jolt our recall into action. We do all of this in a relentless pursuit of a perfect, flawless, photographic memory. The common belief, the cultural narrative we've all absorbed, is that forgetting is a sign of weakness, a bug in our system that needs to be fixed. It's a flaw, an imperfection, a failure. But what if that entire idea, the library, the hard drive, the leaky bucket, is fundamentally wrong? What if forgetting isn't a failure of your memory at all? What if it's actually a feature, not a bug? An intentional and even essential part of its design. A wave of groundbreaking research in neuroscience is revealing a shocking truth. Your brain isn't failing when it forgets. In fact, it's often a sign that it's working optimally. It's doing its job exactly as designed. Forgetting is not a passive process of decay. It's not just memories fading over time like an old photograph left in the sun. It's an active process. Your brain actively and purposefully deletes memories. It works to suppress and dismantle the neural connections that store information it deems irrelevant or outdated. Think of it as a built-in, highly intelligent cleaning service, working around the clock to declutter your mind. It's like a meticulous gardener, pruning away dead branches to allow the healthy parts of the plant to flourish. This constant curation is what keeps your mind efficient, organized, and ready for what truly matters. By clearing out the noise, your brain can focus its resources on the signal. This process isn't a sign of cognitive decline. It's the signature of a healthy, intelligent, and adaptive brain at work. This active forgetting is fundamental to our ability to learn, to generalize from specific experiences, and to adapt to a constantly changing world. It's what allows you to think clearly, to avoid being bogged down by trivial details, and to make good decisions. In this video, we're going to bust the myth of the perfect memory wide open. We will dismantle the old flawed metaphors and replace them with a new, scientifically backed understanding of how your mind truly works. We'll explore the cutting-edge science that shows your brain isn't a passive storage device, but a ruthless and brilliant editor. It is constantly making decisions, cutting away vast amounts of information it deems unnecessary, redundant, or no longer useful for your survival and well-being. By the end of our journey, you'll find out that forgetting is not your enemy. It's not something to be feared or fought against. In fact, it's one of the most important and sophisticated tools your brain uses to help you navigate the complexities of life. We'll show you precisely why letting go of trivial details is what allows you to see the bigger picture and understand the world more deeply. And we'll explain why clearing out old, irrelevant information is the essential first step to making room for new, more important learning. It's time to stop fighting your brain's natural processes and start appreciating their hidden genius. So get ready to change how you think about forgetting, forever. Take a moment and think about your day so far. From the instant you woke up, your brain has been a relentless recording device, capturing a torrent of information. It's not just the big events, but an endless stream of sensory data. You probably remember what you had for breakfast. That's a fairly straightforward memory, easy to retrieve. But let's dig a little deeper into the details your brain was exposed to. Do you remember the exact shape of every single piece of cereal in your bowl? The specific pattern the milk made as it swirled around them? The precise angle of the sunbeam hitting your spoon? You almost certainly remember driving to work or taking your morning commute. You recall the general flow of traffic, maybe a specific song that came on the radio. But can you recall the license plate of every single car you passed? What about the make and model of the third car that was ahead of you at the last traffic light? The color of the jacket worn by a person you passed on the sidewalk? Of course not. And you shouldn't feel bad about it. In fact, you should be grateful. If your brain held on to every tiny, insignificant detail of every moment of your life, you'd be completely and utterly overwhelmed. This isn't an exaggeration. It's a neurological reality. The sheer volume of data would be paralyzing. You wouldn't be able to function. Simple decisions would become monumental tasks. Imagine trying to decide what to wear if your mind presented you with a perfect high-definition memory of every outfit you've ever worn, every comment ever made about them, and the exact weather conditions of each day. You'd be stuck in an endless loop of analysis. Now, imagine trying to find a single important thought, like the name of a new colleague or a brilliant idea you had in the shower, in a mind cluttered with decades of useless data. We're talking about the texture of the carpet in your childhood home, the jingle from a commercial you heard in 1998, the exact number of cracks in the pavement on your walk yesterday. It would be like trying to find a needle in a continent-sized haystack. The task wouldn't just be difficult, it would be fundamentally impossible. Your cognitive energy would be entirely consumed by searching, not by thinking, creating, or connecting with the world around you. Fortunately, your brain knows this. It hasn't evolved over millennia to be a perfect passive recording device. It has evolved to be an intelligent, efficient information processor. And to achieve this, it has a very smart solution, a feature so critical we couldn't live without it. This solution is called adaptive forgetting, or more simply, purposeful forgetting. It's not a bug in your mental software. It's a core feature. It's the brain's built-in quality control system, its smart delete button. It's a sophisticated and continuous process where your brain actively prunes away the neural connections that lead to memories it considers old, irrelevant, or unhelpful. This isn't about your brain failing. It's about your brain succeeding at one of its most important jobs, managing its own limited resources. The best analogy is that of a master gardener tending to a prize-winning rose bush. The gardener knows that the plant has a finite amount of energy. By carefully and deliberately cutting away the weak, dead, or overgrown branches, the gardener isn't harming the bush. They are strategically redirecting the plant's precious resources, allowing the strongest, most beautiful roses to flourish. Your brain does the exact same thing with your memories. The branches are the synaptic connections between neurons that form the basis of every memory you have. It actively deletes the mental clutter, the name of your third-grade classmate's hamster, the plot of a random, forgettable movie you saw 5 years ago, the specific shade of beige on a hotel wall. These are the weak branches, the memories that offer little value to your present or future self. By pruning them, the brain frees up neurological resources and strengthens the connections for the memories that are crucial for your survival, your growth, your goals, and your happiness. These are the strong branches that deserve to bloom. It's critical to understand that this isn't just passive decay, like words slowly fading on a piece of old paper left in the sun. Forgetting isn't just a matter of time slowly eroding a memory until it vanishes. It's an active biological process. Neuroscientists have identified specialized brain cells, like microglia, which act as the brain's cleanup crew. These cells can literally weaken and sever the synaptic connections that underpin specific memories, effectively dismantling the memory at a structural level. So, every second of every day, your brain is making executive decisions. It's constantly running a cost-benefit analysis, weighing what information is valuable and what is just taking up precious cognitive space. It's a ruthless but necessary curator of your own personal history. So how does it decide? The algorithm is complex, but it prioritizes memories based on a few key factors. First, memories that are emotionally significant. The joy, fear, or surprise associated with an event acts like a chemical highlighter, telling your brain, "This is important, save this." Second, information that is frequently accessed. The more you recall a memory, the more you signal to your brain that it's useful, strengthening its neural pathway. And third, data that is relevant to your current situation and goals. Your brain is always trying to help you navigate the now and prepare for the future. Everything else, the mundane, the unrepeated, the emotionally neutral, the irrelevant, gets put on a list for potential deletion. It's a dynamic process of reinforcement and pruning. That's precisely why you can vividly remember the feeling of your first kiss from 20 years ago, complete with the setting sun and the song that was playing. The emotional tag was huge, but you likely have no idea what you ate for lunch last Tuesday, because it was routine, emotionally neutral, and irrelevant to your life today. So, the next time you can't find your keys, or you forget a name moments after hearing it, don't panic. Don't jump to the conclusion that your memory is failing you. It doesn't mean your memory is shot. In most cases, it means your brain is functioning perfectly. It's a sign of a healthy, efficient mind at work. It means your brain was doing its job, prioritizing. It made a split-second unconscious decision that remembering the core concept from that important morning meeting was a better use of its resources than tracking the location of your keys for the last 3 hours. It let go of the trivial to hold on to the meaningful. Understanding this process is the first step toward working your brain, not against it. In the next minutes, we'll dive deeper into the fascinating neuroscience behind how this smart delete button works. More importantly, we'll show you simple, powerful techniques to consciously tell your brain what to keep and what to let go of. You can learn to be the gardener, not just the garden. If you're ready to stop fighting your memory and start mastering it by understanding how it really works, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't want to forget what's coming next.